I swear on everything holy, this will be the last time I attempt to record this. I've tried this like 9 times. I'm starting to think the old GoPro just doesn't like me. I spent like 60 bucks on this fancy microphone for it to go nay. No. I will not work for you, Andy. Spent all day riding earlier. Recorded some really funny stuff, some shenanigans for nothing. Just didn't want to work. So I went home, got mad, found the old, the boom mics that we all used to have when we got up on chat roulette and we'd be talking to chicks and trying to get them to, but anyway, like we used to chat with, what I'm talking about back in the day. Anyway, so I find me one of them, plug it into this external horse crap that you just have to have from GoPro or it doesn't work. Magically it works. Magically. Something that I've had laying around for 20 plus years just magically works. No fancy BS, no nothing. I was rather distraught. So this is my final attempt at doing this before I just up and completely lose my mind. So this being my first little video on here, if this is working, I mean, let's face it, it isn't. I purchased me about a month ago, a 2019 CB650R as my first motorcycle, legit first motorcycle. I've had some other ones, I've ridden some other bikes, but I've never owned truly my own. So I purchased, I figured ride like a wimp, which I am. Still trying to find myself on it. It just hooks and goes. And let's see what all we done to it. I got rid of the, I don't know what Honda was thinking, but they put this fender over the tire, the factory thing, and it looked, resembled a whale penis. Just wasn't flattering at all, so we got rid of that. And then the factory muffler. And it resembled a Prius. You couldn't hear it. You really couldn't. It sounded like just air molecules hugging out all the happiness from the tree huggers. I'm still trying to get this, rev matching thing down. Anyway, look at that sunset. I hope this is working this time, because this is a nice sunset. Good times. Anyway, yes. I got rid of the Prius exhaust, and I will butcher the name out of this. I don't know how many times people have tried to explain it to me, but I got one of the Alcarapovitz exhausts. It's like the only exhaust that seems to come for this without needing some sort of mind control to be able to make it work and keep the fuel injection and the pooter in this thing happy. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've done. If you haven't figured out by the video yet, I live in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. If it was the fifth ring of hell, if Ohio was the ass of America, the town I live in easily be the colon, without a shadow of a doubt. We're not really going to go too far. I just wanted to come out and see if this microphone biznatch works and whatnot, ride around just before it gets dark. I've only got a permit. I never really read the book, but something tells me somewhere in there probably says you're not supposed to be riding after the sun goes down and all that other fun stuff. My test is Tuesday or Wednesday for my license, so that'll be just fabulous. I can do all the other things I didn't learn about in the book. Back to this. Ooh, share the road, sir. Yeah, it's got a lot of pep. The one thing I do miss is when I had the factory exhaust on it, it would, you better be going, you are. It's got a slipper clutch that comes on these things. On the new 650Rs. I don't know about the other ones. Like I said, this is my first legit. Ooh, gravel, that would just ruined our day. Big puppy. And when you let out on the clutch a little bit at a light, it automatically would rev up some RPM and just it was dumbass proof. Loved it. And I put the exhaust on it, and it still sounds like it is revving up, but you can't tell on the digital tach whether or not it is. So I gotta think a little bit more. No lie, I just today out riding around trying to make this video the 42nd time, but just the first time today. I probably killed it twice, just not paying any bit of attention, thinking, oh, it's got enough. Nothing. Smell that fecal matter in the air of Ohio. Also been riding around in tennis shoes. Tennis shoes is not a good idea to be riding around. So I went out and got me some new kicks. So I've been out today just in new boot goofing. Bumpy, curvy, bleep and bleep roads. Guess I could have picked a little crappier road. Maybe something where they reenacted the moon landing to do this. Let's see, I got this a month ago. I'm up to 1,500 miles finally. Went and got the first service done, checked the oil chain, all that other stuff. I think the chain needs tightened up. I kind of rode this like a prepubescent woman there for a little bit. No offense to prepubescent women. I'm probably going to be yelled at. But anyway, yeah, I rode like a complete wimp for probably the first 200 or 300 miles, just getting used to it. And it was my first, man, that temperature dropped out of nowhere. My first day riding it, I about got T-boned by somebody. Second day riding it, a buddy of mine's like, hey, there's these guys in Columbus that like to go riding down by Old Man's Cave. If you don't know where that is, Google. But they were like, yeah, let's go down there. I was like, okay, let's go down there. On the way down, because I got me a pack talk, so I could have, I'll take all the help I can get at this point. And if I got lost, it would have been a nice help. But yeah, we're on our way down there. To come to find out that a couple of the guys I'm riding with are semi-professional motorcycle riders. So I'm trying my damnedest to stay caught up to these guys. And for the first probably like, I don't know, it's probably 30 seconds, felt like an eternity. I'm staying caught up. It was like, oh man, I'm actually doing pretty good here. I'm impressed with myself. And I won't say the speeds we were going, they're a little bit excessive. But after a couple minutes, ooh, big trip. After a couple minutes, I realized I was falling quite behind. So I look up ahead, and they're bloody gone. Can't see one of them. And my pack talk starts, just fading out. Nobody can hear anything. And I catch up to them, and they're like, hey, you're doing pretty good. And I was like, yeah, you're a liar. But I hate this term. People fly through here religiously. They're like, yeah, you did pretty good for your first time. You'd only been riding for a few hundred miles and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, you don't have to lie to make me feel good. I can find me a hooker to do that. But I asked them, I was like, look, at one point I was doing blank miles an hour. And you walked away from me. How fast were you going? They were using numbers that I just wasn't comprehending. And I was like, okay, you guys are on like, 1000s and build up 600s and stuff. I don't feel bad. What really made me feel bad was the guy on the Sportster just walked right past me like I was standing still. I was like, yeah, you're on something a little heavier, and I should be able to spank your little bottom and just fly around here. He must have knew I was turning right, so he could just pull out like that. My first ride that I was out on this, like legit the next day, woke up super early so I could go ride this. I'm out here, just, a light coat, jeans, tennis shoes, ugly helmet, and I'm coming up over this hill going, man, this just doesn't feel right. I crest this hill, and right down there in the ditch is a dude, I see a motorcycle, and I was like, somebody lost a motorcycle off of a pick-em-up, a truck. That ain't a good. And on the other side of that pull up in there was the dude laying. Cars everywhere. I didn't put two and two together until I was about right here. I was like, oh, that was a bad time. turned out it was okay, I think. Yeah, that rev matching is just terrible. Please, nobody pay attention to it. But yeah, first day riding, that's what I come across is some dude in a ditch. I was like, this is just bad juju. And the whole time I was thinking, I should just take this back. I don't need this. This is just a terrible idea. I'm kind of glad I didn't. It's grown on me. I'm still riding like a wimp. I can't really ride for crap on that. Four-wheelers, dirt bikes, put me on it and we'll tear some stuff up. Mainly because I don't care if I break it. It's a four-wheeler, it's a dirt bike, it's whatever. I haven't even made the first payment on this thing yet, and it's like, I just don't want to hurt you. No. Hello, sir. Had a couple of people ask you, why would you get a CB650R as your first bike if you're a little timid? And it was like, I'm only going to be as dumb as my right hand lets me be. But we're just going to leave the bad joke right there. I'm pretty sure you guys can put it together yourself. But I'll just be as mischievous. I will be just as bad as, I want to be. People will make fun of me about this. I almost wanted to get a Grom just because I think they'd be fun. But I'm glad I didn't. Oh, please stay there, sir. Thank you. But I looked at the 300 version of this, and it wasn't appealing. So I'm kind of glad I got this. I can grow into it. And like I said, I'm only as dumb as I'm willing to be. And peer pressure doesn't work too great on me. I'm to that age now where bones shatter when they break. But hopefully this is recording this time, because I swear to everything holy, if it's not, I might just sell it all. Give up. Buy me a house in the middle of nowhere, even further than I am right now. Start collecting seashells and doing underwater basket weaving to help provide for my family. Underwater basket weaving, you say? Yes, it is hard work to get into, but it is very rewarding. Which direction? We'll go this way. This exhaust sounds amazing. Oh, I don't know if I hear it or not. Gets them little poppies up as soon as you get over 6,000. Little rat pat pat. Spike it on the back. But yeah, hopefully this works out, and I'll make a couple more of these videos for some shenanigans. There's some fun places I guess you can ride in Ohio. I plan on riding this thing until it snows anyway. I'm not too gutsy to ride after that. Plus it's probably like 60, 65 right now. Don't feel like freezing off my nips. I'd honestly looked at the Yamaha MT-09, because it looked cool, all futuristic, but it looked like a damn wasp. I went to look at it, and I seen a picture just before I left of this. And I was like, oh. Got reading about how a lot of people were comparing them to like the Neo Cafe racers and not a naked bike. Because the 650F, that's a naked, and they are, it looks so much nicer, I think. But yeah, it drew to me. And then the more I heard the exhaust, I was like, yeah, I gotta gotta have me one of these. I did the whole, let's get a cruiser, just something, because I just like riding around on back roads, mainly. Every now and then I'll go play amongst the normies, the rest of the people in the world, I'll think of what they are later, other than normies. Anyway, with the rest of the public, but this in, riding around on back roads, finding adventure. Where else are you going to see a 700-foot water slide? Just out in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. Nice house too. But yeah, I just like riding it around in the middle of nowhere, kind of relaxing. And I kind of was gonna get a cruiser, and I was like, nah, get something you can do dumb stuff on. And this, with the, I about messed up on this. Oh my god, yeah, that's where they faked the moon landing. Yeah, this got the motocross, you know, like handlebars on it. You're not all hunched over, you're kind of sitting up or standing up when you out boulder crawling with a motorcycle. Anyway, yeah, you sit up more, you're a lot more comfortable. The longest I've ridden around on this is like 5 or 6 hours, maybe. Yeah, so it's not awful. So I wanted something that had that sport bike sound, could get peppy and dumb if I wanted to, but could still be, you know, fairly comfortable. So I went to get this and just showed up at the dealership. I had to go to 3 different ones in Ohio. Turns out these are a pain in the butt for them to get. After being promised 2 places had them and approved my financing over the phone, just to find out, no, we have an F, but we're going to knock down the price and get you to take it. I ended up finally finding this one. I wanted to turn back yonder. But anyway, I showed up. The guy's like, what do I got to do to talk you into this? It's like, I was talked into it when I showed up. Just give me the damn financing. There's a stop sign. Right there, dumbass. There was a sign. Hit the sign. She stopped. But, you know. Anyway. You gotta put it in the right gear there. Yeah, damn. Maybe we should just call the channel Andy Can't Ride. Missing gears and such. But yeah, I never even rode one of these. I showed up, I sat on it, and that's about as far as I made it. My first time riding one was the day I left the dealership with it. In complete fear and terror. But right around in here is probably where we're going to end this, because if it didn't work, I'm going to hockey puck the hell out of this GoPro and just say to hell with it. So if this works, cool. We'll do some other ones. If not, be looking for my underwater basket weaving collection coming to a outlet store near you. Peace!